Greetings, sir and sirettes, and welcome back to From the Depths with me, Lathrix, and of course, welcome back to the adventure mode where today we have one very simple goal, and that's to find an enemy which is worthy of our craft. Our craft isn't by any means done yet, and honestly, it's not the best, but it is very large and very expensive at the moment, so we need to find something equally as expensive. We're thinking of things like the bulwark, the crossbones, just something which we can keep on firing at and seeing lovely explosions. Now, before we continue and skip ahead to some combat, I do have a favour to ask of everyone watching. At the moment, this series is doing incredibly well, and it is really heartwarming to see all the interaction and just everyone taking positively to this series, because I am absolutely loving recording it. Well, at the behest of my YouTube partner, the person you can talk to once you get past a certain amount of subscribers on the channel, and with my own curiosity, honestly, I would love to see what would happen if everyone watching this video would like the video. At the moment, the channel is doing better than it's been doing for ages, not only in viewership, but also it's attracting new people, and I want to see how much the algorithm really dictates this. And yeah, my YouTube partner is basically yelling at me almost every time we talk. You know what the YouTubers say, like, favourite, share, all that good stuff at the start of the video? Maybe you should do that. But I don't, because I don't particularly like asking for it, because this is not who I am. This is the one time I'm going to ask, and I would love if everyone could just hit the like button. Perhaps it'll become my most liked video on the channel. That is very possible. These videos are already breaking records for the channel. So, with all that rambling out of the way, apparently, there is an enemy over there, but it's not a particularly large one. So, scouting missile? Scouting missile. Yeah, it's so small we're not even seeing it. I might just not bother and continue. Yeah, I'm just going to try and find a larger target. I can see the shells heading our way, though. We're probably going to outrun it. Onwards to adventure. I was just messing around with one of my PIDs, and it's a really bad timing because it's an enemy just over there. Where did I even put that PID? Let me just fix that. Let's ignore the fact that I'm secretly turning this thing back into a sub. We rise from the depths. I mean, it's an obvious joke, and I had to make it, really. There's an enemy over there, and it looks pretty big. That's a lot of missiles it has. Please be something worthy of our time. What is it? The palisade. I don't know what that is. Lots of missiles, though. I think for once I'm going to hide in my little hidey hole here. Ready everything. But then Lathrix had an idea. Lathrix had an awful, fantastic idea. Because, you know, missiles don't work when the enemy is underwater, right? Oh my god, that timing! Onwards to glory! That is ridiculous. You made me squeak. Oh, they still have advanced cannons, though. Oh, that did not go third person like I thought it would. There we are. Oh, this is just mean. No, let's not cheat. Remember, if we use third person, it's purely to watch the fight. Fire everything? Fire everything. Oh, our railgun does not work underwater very well. It's not got enough force. Okay, don't fire everything. Just fire missiles. Okay, we're close enough now. Let's actually have a look-see at the enemy. Not as big as I expected, actually, but lots and lots of missiles. Large missiles as well. We've hardly even lost any speed. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. We are stealthy now. Okay, I won't do this again, because this is silly and cheesy, but I had to do it at least once. I mean, come on. Oh, AI dead. Yep, the missiles did it all by themselves. Really should have did that a little bit later. Actually, I just didn't expect that to kill it so fast. Yeah, no chance for capturing that. That was actually a really easy fight. Probably would have just destroyed it with a railgun and such, even if we didn't cheese it by going underwater. Won't do that again, but that was hilarious. Wonder how much resource that'll drop. Pretty fair amount, I'd imagine. 31k, not bad. That, wow, would have been worth an absolute fortune then. Okay, let's put it back how it normally is. Hello! Overkill! If we actually hit a bit more, it would have been overkill anyway. How are you missing? With manual fire, it's basically meant to be perfectly accurate, and these shells are not that inaccurate. I mean, they're not as accurate as they were, but still. Still though, the palisade there, if that's even how you pronounce it, is a good start. At least it's showing that there are larger enemies present now. Oh, that thing's adorable. What are you? Oh, I love this. No, I need to know your name. What are you? Oh, I could just look back at the footage. The missiles would have showed me the name. Do I get the resources or do I just continue? You know what? I'm just continuing because of the shame of that whole fight. I'm docking myself 2k resources. Not doing that again. That was so bloody stupid. Okay, so if I press 9 now, this should activate our sub mode by using a control block. Okay, I've pressed it, and there we go. And of course what I need is the ability to go back up automatically. So this is a really simple system. Essentially I've just got it set up like this. Condition, set up this here, the control trigger with E, and then target and action is just general purpose, and set a new fake point, so it'll try and get us to minus 60 at the moment. Which is probably a little bit too low down, since we probably can't use our missiles that low. So then all I need is a second control block, which just allows us to go back up. And then I'll place all this in a more protected area. At the moment, since I'm testing with it, I want to be able to actually see it. Ooh, there's an enemy towards the north. Also, yeah, we're still turning left. Still can't figure out what it is. I'm sure someone's noticed by now, but I haven't. I've checked everything I can think of. Oh. You're not that big, are you? Scouting missiles away! Again, I have no idea what this craft is. But yeah, kinda tiny. Why does everything have mortars at the moment? Ooh, pretty mortars. Blue and purple, what does that even mean? Well, that's explosive as part of it anyway. Tempted to just fire away at this. Less resources, but more explosions, you know? Will that be enough? Yes, it will. Oh, no, no, well, I thought it was 2 damage. Well, it's carved through pretty much the entire craft. Ooh, let's see if we can take out its propulsion. Maybe we will end up capturing this. That's the great thing with this weapon. It's just so accurate, especially over shorter ranges. There we are. You've been stopped. I am getting a serious appreciation for railguns, I've got to be honest. Haven't we seen you before? Or at least a very similar hull? This may take a while, but hopefully it'll turn off the weapons, even if it won't instantly destroy it. Come on, let me break your mind. Again, we need to re-add harpoons. It just makes this so much more annoying not having them. Now, if you're like the one I'm thinking of, then your AI is going to be essentially here. No, it's different. It's definitely different. Now I'm on board. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Need to go back to my Hearthstone. Thankfully, since we're touching the craft, even on the side, it will heal us. Yeah, we need like a proper place for me to get on and off this craft, because at the moment it's a bit on the annoying side, to be perfectly honest. Okay, I'm bored. That actually worked. Of course it did. No, there we are. They're on my side. So the way to board the craft right now is to get a little bit lower than I have been, and then rock it up, and jump back on. There we are. Receiving. Not a bad amount of resources, thank you. Anyone new to fight? There's 4 over there, apparently. They can't see any of them. Tempted to go through yet another red portal. Also, we have a lot of resources now, so we could really start upgrading some of this craft. The funny thing is, this railgun's quite a small one. We have enough space here to make a much, much more deadly one later on if we so desire. Or we could go with cram spam. I still love mortars. There's loads of stuff we can do. Or we could focus more on EMP. Just get more and more EMP missiles, or perhaps even EMP cram, or... I mean, we could outfit one of the rails to use EMP. The problem is, I've noticed that doesn't always work all that well in the few tests I've done, but again, very few tests. I could be very much wrong. Okay, yeah, let's go through the red portal. Forward. There we are. I'll also go there. I'll set up the second control block so that we can control sub mode and then boat mode. Well, there's a tiny enemy over there, so let's test this idea. So if I press 9, we should now go underwater, and if I press 8, it should send us back. Okay, that works. Great. Okay, let's go underwater. So I'm thinking, what our sub mode is going to be used for mostly is things like this. When there's a small enemy which can't kill us. Simple as that. There's no chance it's going to win against us, even one of our weapons can take it out. But I want to capture it while taking the minimum amount of damage possible. Oh god, the game is really lagging, and that is a light show. That's actually hurting my eyes a little bit. Okay, gonna look up for a second. Might need to restart the game. But yeah, the point is, we can go into this mode when we're sneaking up on a smaller craft, and then back to normal for regular fights. Oh no, it's further away than I thought it was. Wow, it also disintegrated almost instantly anyway, so not really a huge issue there. It's also a lot easier to get back on the boat when it's underwater. For now though, let's just re-emerge from the depths. Because I want to shoot something with my gun. The game is running really badly, so I'm hoping going through its portal will fix it. I think it's because there's so many enemies far away that the game is rendering such a huge world at the moment, it's causing problems. Yep, instantly. It was definitely either one of the enemies was causing problems for some reason, or perhaps it was just because of how far away they were. But looks of things, they were very, very far away. They're saying that the game just suffered a bit then. Gonna keep an eye out for that. Try and figure out what's causing it. It seems okay now, though. Yeah, I think that's it. I think it's just because there were enemies so far away and they were spawned in, which means the game was running such a large area. Because essentially, we don't really have all of this truly here. Although you can look everywhere, it kind of stops at a certain point if there's nothing going on there, otherwise the game would just totally collapse. At least I believe that's how it works. You know what, I could be really wrong. I could be just talking utter nonsense there. Either way though, still a bit of a problem, but not as much. I'll try and fix it off camera either now or between videos. Okay, so I'm going to keep all of these. Thankfully you can just copy and paste the settings and everything, and I'll put that somewhere a bit more armoured up. Okay, something to do later as well. Obviously, we need to turn these jets off when we're underwater. That's not all that difficult. We just set it so if we're below X altitude, we override the controls and turn them off. But right now, since I'm not really struggling for engine power, I've added loads more batteries now with the resources we have, and I'm a bit lazy. There's no real reason to do it at the moment, other than it just looks weird seeing fire underwater, doing absolutely nothing. Maybe it's our craft. Maybe something about that's causing the problem. You know what? I'm not going to mention it anymore unless it's causing some serious issues. I'll fix it off camera between videos. I'm 50% sure I know what's wrong. Maybe 40. Also, we could add harpoons now, and we could literally drag enemies into the depths. Now, that would be really cool. Oh, that would be fantastic, actually. Have a sort of drill area on the craft, so we have all the spin blocks, and perhaps actually use the drill weapon, which... Is that under simple weapons? And then have all the harpoons underneath that. We drag the enemies into it and simply devour them underwater. That would be an awesome way to get resources. Okay, we have a plan for the next video. Wonderful. So, great news, I figured out what the problem was, and it was the shadows. A full restart of the game, and now everything is working perfectly. All that glitchy shadow stuff earlier was exactly what was causing the problem. Now, I'm trying to surgically destroy this thing's brain using a rapid-fire railgun. Bit of a miss there. Try again. There we go. Nope, too damaged. Oh well. No, we could have just captured that, but where's the fun in that? So currently, I do have shadows off. I will be turning them back on soon, but I seem to have fixed the problem, so that's all well and good. Things like that do tend to happen in From the Depths if you've been playing for too long without restarting the game, I do notice. So, that's just a note to self, maybe once every hour, just do a full game restart, we probably won't run into that problem again. Well, there's an Onyx watch ship in the distance. Lovely. Let's see if any of those bursts actually hit their mark. Oh, yes they did. Yes, they really, really did. Oh, railgun. You so explodey. It might be a bit cheesy, but for now I am going to mostly travel in sub mode. We are slower in this mode, and less combat effective, but the big thing is, most enemies won't be able to detect us, which means we can pick and choose our fights. Which means, very sillily, this is now a stealth craft. This. It's also really buoyant, which makes staying in sub mode really difficult at times. It does occasionally, just for no reason, start rising back up again. From the depths. It just can't help itself. There's an enemy sub. It's there somewhere. Oh, well, I'm gonna have to break through my own hull to do this, but worth it. We're not above breaking off part of our body to hurt you. Well, that was fun. Tiny enemy, got almost no resources from that, so it definitely cost us far more than we got. That was really stupid. Yep, torpedoes. I'm gonna start building them now, I think. I mean, we really shouldn't go overboard with these anyway, so for now, as I break everything, we're just going with 6 really oversized large missiles, which will act as our torpedoes. They're going to be set up for pure destruction, explosions, and destruction. Because technically, when you break the enemy's body, you are breaking their mind as well. This is going to be less of a surgery, though, more of a sledgehammer to the face. An explosive sledgehammer to multiple faces. There we are, they're going faster. They have even more explosive now because the spare space isn't being used for fuel, it's being used for more high explosive. So they are going to get about 1,000 meters. So, very strong, not as long range as they could be. We'll see how that goes. If it's too short range, we can always change it. Also, no enemies at all have been spawned so far, and that's really annoying. Also, those cost a lot of ammo, so probably not going to be the first weapon we use very often. Oh, an enemy has arrived. Let's have a quick look, see what we're fighting. If it's a small enemy or an enemy we can fight realistically without losing too much health, I will go back underwater and test out the torpedoes again. Oh, that is the twin guard with the mortars, isn't it? Yes, it is. Okay, in that case, we're going to test out the torpedoes whilst we're underwater. Probably not the best target to test torpedoes against, since so much of it's above the waterline, but still. Wow, they really bounce each other away, but yeah, we killed the enemy. This is the first hit, it just completely chunked out all of the armor, and then the second hit the other side. So what I could do is set one of them with a firing delay. I think there should be more of a staggered fire within the same weapon, but one of them's going to have a slight fire delay, therefore they're staggering from each other as well. At the moment, they're both on the same controls, they're both firing at the same time. Still though, that damage was horrific, which is great. So I've added a new deader blade in the butt of this thing to help with turning, and yet still turning is truly, truly atrocious. Still, should make turning a bit more balanced, since this time it's above the center of mass. Should. Well, turning is definitely faster, and yeah, it's a bit more stable. We're not rolling quite as much right now, so that's nice. This thing's just too heavy. In terms of trying to get this much mass to turn is just horrendous. Is it a Marauder? I think it is. Just fire a couple of friendly shells at it. Oof, that was a bounce. So if the enemy bounced, then one of our shells bounced. Actually, is it Marauder? You know, I could send a scout missile. Evidently, our missiles don't think the enemy even exists. Could send in a torpedo just to see a big explosion, but let's see if we can capture it. It might be worth a little bit more. Oh, that's definitely not a Marauder. Don't know what it actually is, though. Oh, that broke its brain. Okay, that was, once again, way faster than I expected. No, yeah, no chance of getting there fast enough. Well, 710 resource, it's better than 709 resource. Not quite as good as 711, though. Can we please have a normal enemy? I'm running out of time. And patience. And brain. Oh, it's a new enemy and it's hitting us quite a lot. Okay, up we go. And back into chair I go. Sending a scouting missile now. That is the achievement. Oh, I know what the achievement is. You are from the Great Allens and you're a scary boy. Well, now I've already scouted it, I don't mind going a third person to watch the fight, because, well, I really want to see this fight. This might be the fight we've been after the entire time. This is something which can definitely hurt us. Oh, look how cool that looks. Still need to add inertial fuses to these things. There's our missiles coming in. Made a pretty big hole in it. I don't think trying to capture this would be a smart idea. Its weapons are just too nasty. Try and go for its weapons if possible. After mentioning that. Ah, that bounce then was so annoying. Okay, EMP ripping it apart. What's going on here? Have I like flare sticks? That's a really cool idea. Oh, it doesn't seem to be doing well. Oh, it seems like our railgun was a bit too much there, especially in combination with all of our EMP. He's still firing, though. Not sure what to do here. I think, realistically, let's just keep on firing EMP for a second. Can't fire all my weapons right now because my railgun would end up hitting my own hull. Well, my own bridge, actually. Literally me in the face. those surge protectors falling off? I can imagine this is probably very well protected versus EMP. Oh, that is beautiful. I love this railgun. Well, I think I've proved the railgun's effectiveness. That was heavy armor we just chewed through. Please stop going to space. There we are. Some of your thrusters offline. We could potentially capture this. This would be a ridiculous amount of resources. This is going to be really difficult. Oh no, don't sink. If you sink, then you're going to start dying. Yep, darn it. No chance. Well, still been worth a lot of resources. I wonder how much. God, even with the extra turning, this thing's turning is just so horrendous. It's fine during normal fights, when you try and capture something or do anything with any dexterity. When you got 11,000? Okay, maybe the achievement is not as big and powerful as I thought it was. Still terrifying. I think it was maybe a bit of a glass cannon. He had a lot of weapons on that. I can imagine that chewing through enemies. Wonder how much it was actually worth then to begin with. Well, we continue on. I think we get 10% resources if we destroy them in this mode, in adventure mode. But of course, I don't know if you get 10% of their initial value before you started destroying bits of it, or the value when it dies. So at minimum, it was worth 100,000. So yeah, that's not as big and strong as I thought it was. Am I thinking of the wrong ship? I'm almost certain I'm thinking of the achievement. I mean, either way, it was a fantastic craft. Just rapid fire railgun does a lot of owie. If I captured it, I could have been all like, achievement unlocked, ha 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 ha, and I would have saved its design, I would have been chuffed with myself, and everyone would have been happy, they would have been dancing in the streets. Okay, maybe not at the moment, considering what's going on, less dancing in the streets, more staying indoors, cheering. But no, we just devoured it. Well, I'm afraid, though, I really am all out of time for today's video, still looking for that elusive fight where the enemy is truly, truly a match for us. I think the achievement is a fantastic design. We were just bigger. Simple as that. We were just the more expensive, larger option, and because of that we won. I've always said in this game, size really does matter. The larger volume crafts have such a huge advantage. It's not difficult to make a large craft very, very powerful. It's far more difficult to make a medium or small craft, things like the achievements, powerful. So, all the respect in the world to the achievement and its designers, because it is phenomenal. I do remember that causing me all sorts of problems in campaigns before. I think I just got really lucky. And I also had this gun, which probably costs about as much as the entire achievement. Also, I'm stammering now, so clearly I need to get some sleep. So, thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, then of course, likes, favourites, shares, comments, all that good stuff helps out me, helps out the channel, and most importantly, shows that From the Depths, the adventure series specifically, is a series you wish to see continued in the future. In fact, it shows me that you like From the Depths in general. So, thank you so much for watching. In the next video, I'll have a bit more time to record, so hopefully we can go about finding the enemy, which will hurt us just as much as we hurt it. And isn't that love? I may have problems.